We get to choose what type of man we become in life. And it's always been our choice, and it always will be. So the question lies, what kind of man will you be?
It doesn't define you to be a man by you having to whoop somebody. It doesn't define you to be a man because you have 10 women. It doesn't define you being a man because you make the most money. You see what I'm saying?
Hey everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome back to Men Need Help. Today we're diving deep into a powerful documentary, The Feminist in Cellblock Y. Directed by Contessa Gales, this film isn't just a story about inmates. It's a profound exploration of men behind bars challenging their own indoctrination into toxic masculinity, patriarchy, and rape culture. In the documentary, we meet Richie Reseda, a former gang member that has turned his life around by leading a feminist education program inside Soledad State Prison. Through this program, inmates engage with feminist literature and have honest, raw discussions about what it means to be a man. They confront the societal norms that have shaped their lives, and in many cases led them down the path of violence and incarceration. Watching this documentary was a transformative experience for me. It made me reflect on my own journey and the pressures that have influenced my understanding of masculinity. I believe this film has the power to change how we think about manhood and rehabilitation, not just for those in prison, but for all of us. I'm excited to share some of Richie's insights on toxic masculinity and patriarchy. It's one of the best explanations I've ever heard on these topics.
In toxic masculinity, you become a real man by doing three things: athletic skills, by dominating in that sense, by objectifying women, and by having money. But I'm gonna take it a little further because ultimately, even the athletic part, it really comes down to violence. So the dude, the coldest football player in high school, what it always came down to was, okay, yeah, you can ball, but I can beat your ass. So when a whole culture, right, we all do this individually. As individual men, we buy into this stuff. But when the whole culture around us buys into this, including women and all that, kids, when everybody in a society is buying into this, or most people are buying into this, we describe that culture as a patriarchal culture. So people often say, what's the difference between toxic masculinity and patriarchy? Toxic masculinity is what I'm doing just with my masculinity on the day-to-day. But when everybody on my block, everybody in my city, everybody in my state, everybody in my country is feeling that to some level, we have what's called a patriarchal society. Certainly we're not saying that it's bad to be a male and be a leader. We're just saying that you don't deserve to be a leader just because you're male.
Richie also breaks down rape culture, preparing future facilitators for the tough conversations that they'll have with their fellow inmates.
Within rape culture, right, maybe not everybody actually commits rape, but we all participate in the culture that leads to rape happening. Rapists are not these random people that have nothing to do with any of us. So when we're objectifying a woman, or we're looking at a woman in a sexual way, making sexual comments, breaking our neck, whatever, and not giving a about what she thinks or feels, seeing her as a thing rather than a person, we're contributing to rape culture. So we might not actually be raping, but we're making the first step, which is I can look at you in a sexual way whether you like it or not.
Seeing these guys tackle these issues really got me thinking about how they show up in our regular life outside of prison. Toxic masculinity isn't just a problem for inmates, it's everywhere. Growing up, I thought being a man meant being tough, never showing your emotions, always being the dominator. I felt this pressure to always be the strong one, never being vulnerable, never being weak, or at least perceived as weak. It's something that we can just blindly accept without realizing how destructive that mindset is. It hurts you, it hurts the people around you. It took me years to figure out that vulnerability and empathy are strengths, not weaknesses. Patriarchy isn't just something that we read about. It shows up in our workplaces, our politics, our families. The idea that men have to be in control creates unhealthy power imbalances and kills genuine connection. We need to start questioning these norms and work towards equality and mutual respect. Rape culture is pervasive in everyday life through comments, jokes, and media that normalize sexual violence. It's on all of us to challenge this. We need to support survivors, speak out against inappropriate behaviors, and educate ourselves and others about consent and respect. What struck me about The Feminist in Cellblock Y is how these lessons extend beyond prison walls. They challenge us to rethink masculinity and healing in our everyday lives. Imagine if we embraced vulnerability and empathy instead of punishment. What if schools, workplaces, and communities taught men that it was okay to express emotions and seek help? What if we all worked together to break down harmful stereotypes? Richie's program shows that real change comes from addressing the root cause of violence, and promoting respect. This isn't just about helping those in prison, it's about transforming our entire approach to masculinity.
I try to teach my boys, I thought right, but now I know why my boy's in a wheelchair. I know why he got shot. I know why my other boy, I'm in the county, hey Pops, man, you know how embarrassing that was? My son in there with me, what are you doing right here? I taught him all this stuff. And I used to do that to my little boy. When he came home, they dumped him in the toilet and all, man, I was pissed. I sent my other boy over there. I realized how wrong that was. I wish I could stop him now. You guys are on time still to stop all this stuff, man. My son is never gonna walk. This man knows my son. I'm not lying, I'm not making this up. It's real stuff. So I suggest you guys take this in. I wish I could express it better. I'm not that good on words, but I'm feeling it right now. I'm hearing all you guys talk, I'm feeling it. And just good luck, man.
It's a big dude, imagine him turned up.
Thank you.
So what can you do? Reflect on your own beliefs. Challenge the norms that promote toxic masculinity. Support organizations that push for gender equality and rehabilitation over punishment. Speak out against rape culture. Educate yourself and those around you about respect and consent. Be the change you want to see by showing that true strength comes from empathy and connection. We all have a role to play in building a better world. I encourage you to watch this documentary, take the lessons from these men, and apply them to your own lives. Together we can break the chains of toxic masculinity and create a future where everybody can thrive. Thank you for joining me today as we explored the Feminist on Cellblock Y. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave your thoughts and your reflections in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories and continue this conversation. Until next time, take care of yourself and stay strong.